Everybody, and welcome to your first webinar with Sarah, and I am hoping you really enjoy your challenges this week. What we're going to do is go through a few things just to help you and guide you for the future events and future self. So have you planned your meals? This is really important. I tend to do my husband and I's meal on a whiteboard every week. So sometimes I even do it daily, so day before, and then we make sure that we have 3 meals in that on the whiteboard, and everything is then in front of you and you know where you are, and you don't tend to snack so much because you know what time your dinner is and what time your breakfast, and etc, etc. So you really have a vision. So once you've got a visionary of your future food, you get kind of excited about getting the ingredients and things like that. So always please use the shopping list and the food planner in the Health Fairy app. I've got it for you. If you haven't got it, please let me know and I will send it to you direct if you haven't joined the membership. So get to the shops, get a week shopping done, get everything you possibly can from your recipes that you're going to plan. Joe Wick's one is my favourite, always will be. You know, it's very easy food to make. It's a bit like Gusto or HelloFresh. It's so simple. Most of the food in his recipes repeat themselves, so you can always use up all the ingredients you've bought from the week before, things like that. Make sure you're a week ahead. It's really important. A lot of people fail losing weight by not planning, and as you know, we've done the Health Fairy planning for a long time, and most people who completed their challenges and their tasks to where they wanted to go was done by food planning. If you don't set a goal, a vision, you tend to just go back to your old habits, and our habits tend to break after 3 to 4 weeks. So just be careful of that. It's really important. Be mindful and make sure that you are planning your meals. So you are what you eat. We all know this. We've all watched the programs in the past. I think there's a new one coming back soon. You are what you eat. So what I tend to do is focus on my protein. Protein is going to stop you snacking. It's going to build tissue and muscle. It's going to keep you nice and lean. If you have too much protein though, it can turn into sugar and waste. So we need to make sure that you've got enough protein. So I always go with 20 grams every meal. It's really important that you don't go too crazy unless you want to build muscle. So just keep your energy levels high by eating high protein. Carbs are really important. A lot of people say carbs are bad. Carbs are not bad. The only time carbs are bad is if you're eating the wrong carbs. So you want to eat good carbohydrates, which is potato and rice and pasta, things like that. But make sure you go for the whole meal, obviously, or whole grain, things like that. Try and avoid too much white bread. It's not good for you, you know this. Gluten-free pita breads I use, or you can use wholemeal pita breads, flatbreads, Rivitas, things like that. But if you're going to use white bread, you know it's processed, so you want to stay away from processed foods. Fats are really important as well, especially in the winter. We need to keep warm, and obviously your carbs is for your energy, so you need to have all 3 different macros in your diet. Okay, so high protein, high carbs and high fat. The carbs, I have 58 grams a day, and my fats I have 20 grams a day. You can have slightly more. It depends on what you're doing. It doesn't really matter if you're not weight training or boxing or doing something to gain muscle. So just make sure you've got good protein, good carbs and good fats, not saturated fats, not processed foods. Very difficult to not eat processed foods. If you're going to have processed foods, go for the packet sauces instead of the jars. If you're going to have a micro meal, make sure you get a good brand and check the back end with the traffic light system. It's really important you don't have too much sugar and too much salt. You know what to do. This is not about me telling you how to do something. I'm not doing a weight training program. I'm not doing anything. I'm just advising you to be mindful about what you eat. So what can you do better? So what we do with the Health Fairy and the Happy Head, we make sure that we get our 10k steps daily. It's really important to get your 10k in. When you feel like you've got your 10k in, you feel better mentally. If you don't get them in, you always feel a bit bad. Sometimes it's okay to calculate them up through the whole week. That's fine if you obviously work at a desk and things like that, but just be mindful that you need to get it. A lot of my coaches have told me to get the 10k in the day, as you always are catching up. So this is down to you. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but if you can get the 10k steps in, get them in. 20 to 40 minutes of gym work. So you could do a Joe Wicks at home, you can do boxing classes at home, you can do resistance training, yoga at home, or you can go to the gym and do 45 minutes treadmill, running, rowing, bike, light weights. If you want to get into some weight training, that's absolutely fine. Please let me know, but we'll do that one-to-one. This is just a balanced area for you to get trim and healthy. So make sure you get your 3 times a week minimum in your gym or at home doing a workout. I have a boxing professional. She teaches me at home. I also go to the gym 3 times a week now. So I do 3 areas at home and 3 at the gym, and I also do my yoga and stretching and being flexible is really important. Work to your calorie deficit. Now I've given you a calorie calculator. It's on the Health Fairy or the Happy Head area. Please use it and make sure you don't go over your calorie deficit or too under your calorie deficit. It's really important you stay on it. So eat to your calorie deficit. That will help you gain muscle and help you tone up, and also it will reduce your weight. So moving is losing. We all know this word. We all know the sentence. Moving your body is going to stimulate you and your mindset. I really am more professional with my mindset. I teach people how to create their vision, and the rest follows. You've got to have to want to do this. You want to progress by taking action. If you don't take action, you're not going to get there. People lose their habits of I'm going to change my lifestyle in January, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. By next December, you would have said, oh, I didn't do any of that. If you don't make yourself accountable, let's talk about that. So it has to be right. You have to be ready. It's like leading a horse to water and it doesn't drink. You've got to be ready for this. This is all about you, nobody else. This is your story, your journey. You need to be accountable. You need to show up. You need to text on our WhatsApp group. You need to put pictures. You need to put pictures up of how you're progressing. Really make sure that you are accountable for everything you are doing. Because if you die back and you tend to sit back and watch the others, you are not really doing it. You want to show up. You want to show the people your recipes. You want to show that you're doing it. Don't feel bad about it either. Don't feel like, oh, I'm doing too many texts. Do as many texts as you want. If people don't want to listen or hear it, they can mute it. It's absolutely fine. They can go back when they're ready. But if you're ready, you put as many pictures and texts and recipes as you possibly can to be accountable. It's really important. So the WhatsApp group is there for you. The support is 24/7. Obviously, I don't reply after 6 p.m. very often, but in the morning I'll be there at 9 o'clock. So I will always support you. Reach out to me personally if you want to do a one-to-one plan with me. Show recipes on WhatsApp. Reach out to the other girls on WhatsApp. Interaction is key. Share the love to other people. Tell people what you're doing. Show people what you're doing. Add them to the group, and we have got this together. I promise you, this is nothing to do with anything else but you. This is all about you. It's a free site. This is for you to feel good about yourself. There's so many women out there who are stuck and not able to complete tasks. One being income, two being not motivated and having no support, three, it's family and time. A lot of people have no time, but this is in your own time. So there's no pressure. There's no reason to not show up and be part of this. If you want to lose weight, you will do with the challenges. What I'm doing at the moment is teaching you to make new habits. So less caffeine, less dairy, perhaps less wheat, more cold showers to invigorate the lymphatic drainage and mindset, a little bit of walking, a little bit of interaction, and you'll naturally progress by me doing these challenges. This is not about a Joe Wicks workout. This is not about weight loss. This is about mindset, how to create a better outcome for your life, a better habit that stays with you always. So good luck with the first challenge and the steps. You've got this, it's your vision. And I have to say, if I didn't have my coaches that taught me how to do this, I would never have this in my daily habit. I don't even think about going to the gym anymore. It's part of my routine. I don't think about my meal planning because it's part of my routine. I don't think about anything. I count my steps. It's done. It becomes part of your journey. So you are in control. If you set back, you can make it up. If you do bad choices, you know why. Write it down. Have a journal throughout this. It's really important. Write things down. Why did you go back to eating a bar of chocolate? Why did you go back to eating 6 packets of crisps? Why didn't you go to your classes? Why? And really dig deep why you're not doing it. And you sometimes can dig right back. So if you can do the 7 whys, you can say, well, I can say to you, well, why did you eat that chocolate? And then I can say, but what did it make you feel like? Why? And just break it down into 7 areas perhaps, and you'll be able to see the reason that you keep going backwards. And sometimes it's really quite painful down there. So if you do find that you are feeling emotional and this is because you're eating, I would like you to reach out to me, because obviously you know that I am a coach and I'm a professional NLP practitioner. I can help you with them issues as well. So a lot of people say they're an emotional eater. It's just a language. There's a reason for this trauma. So it's really important we ask ourselves why we keep going backwards. It's your life. I'm not putting pressure on you. I'm not teaching you to do as I tell you. It's your life, but it's good to make choices that might make your life a lot better and living with ease and not disease. Okay, it's really important. It's your happiness. It's your creation. Make it count. Make it work. If you want to lose the weight, make it happen. It's your vision. Okay, so make sure you visualize your future self. What do you look like? Are you in a size 10 jean? Are you in a white top? Really, you could even draw your future self. It's important that you put down your visionary self. I did for many years. I was always wanting to do bodybuilding. I did it, and now I know that that's not what I want. So it's really important you try these things to see if it suits you as well. Sometimes things don't suit you. You could do something you don't like, maybe doing jogging or running, running, jogging, same thing. Maybe doing boxing or running, you don't like it. Maybe you like dance, maybe you like horse riding, maybe you like walking. It's your future, it's your life. How are you going to create your exercise to make you happy? It doesn't have to be a chore. It has to be something that's going to bring you happiness to your future self. Manifest your future self. It's really important. Make sure that you know where you're going. Planning, journaling, and making sure that you know this is for you. If it's not for you, then you don't need to do it. But don't complain about yourself if you're not willing to make some changes. A lot of people say, oh, I wish I was smaller, or I wish I didn't have my belly. I am absolutely that person. I am always saying I wish I didn't have a belly. But when you're bodybuilding and when you've done that, your belly grows with your muscles and your arms. So I know now that I need to change up my exercises to do cardio to reduce the belly. So I have to do that. So I'm going to sit and stare at myself in the mirror and complain. You don't want to do that, because the language you're creating around yourself is negative. So always think about and be mindful of what you're saying to yourself. If you keep saying to yourself, God, I'm fat, God, I'm ugly, oh, I feel awful, you're going to feel that way. Your brain is going to respond. Your mind will tell you what you want to do and how to do it, whether it's negative or positive. Your brain will respond to all these thoughts. Okay, so if you say you can't, you won't, you unable, whatever you're going to say to yourself, make sure it's a positive. That's why so many people in coaching teach you to be positive. Positivity is key to success. Negativity is not going to do anything but drain you and make you feel unwell and uneasy. So always really think about what you say to yourself. Be kind to yourself, love yourself, and take care of yourself. You've only got one body and one heart, one organ. All the organs you've got are yours. Look after them. They need looking after. Also Google, bits and pieces about your organs and your health and things, because there's one thing I've learned over time with doing these kind of coaching, is that we have this beautiful organ, our body, our skin, our eyes, our brain, our amazing ability to be human, but we don't actually understand anything that's going on inside. So we put the food in, but we don't actually know what we're actually doing. So take the time to Google some things. I love anatomy and biology. I take the time to look up about cells and physiology and things like that, and it really does make everything more easier to understand, and you do tend to be a bit caring towards your body, because it's working so hard for you. It's working itself so hard. Your heart is constantly going for you. It never gives up. Your lungs, your kidneys, your liver, everything about you is working for you. So whatever you put in your mouth or exercise is doing to benefit you, not to harm you. So think about that. I thought about that and it changed my life, because I used to smoke, drink. I was just an unhealthy person, and I wish I could have looked at myself then the way I look at myself now, and I wish I knew what my body was doing and how much it was working hard to try and get through the day. And stress, as we all know, it produces cortisol, the hormone, and that can lead to bigger tummies. So look at your digestive system, look at your physiology and anatomy. Take the time to learn about yourself, because we are amazing. So I will leave you with that, and I will do